The day is finally here. The IPL final between the Punjab Kings and the Royal Challengers Bangalore. We're all dressed up because that's what we do.
I feel like Matthew Hayden in a kurta pajama.
We put in efforts for the live, and that's by dressing up, putting kurta pajama and all of that. But it's been 2 months. A lot of games.
It's been way more than 2 months.
Yeah, actually, it's been way more than 2 months. And we are finally here to talk about the IPL final and what's gonna be. What a day to look forward to. What a match, hopefully, to look forward to. Hey Srikanth, hey Vasu, hey Rahul, hey Advait, hey Kulveer
What's up,
Singh.
boys? Some of you have
Echo
taken
Ashwin.
leaves, half days. Nice.
Yeah, of course, there's echo. I realized there will be echo. Is there a lot of echo? Or is it bad echo? Or is it okay echo? I was mostly sure there would be echo. I just didn't know how much. Is that how bad is the echo? You guys will need to let me know. But yeah, here we are. If the echo is really bad, then I'll go back to what we used to do before, which was quite manageable at some point. But slightly and of course it's slightly annoying. You know what we'll do? Wait, we'll go back to what we used to do before. You can't hear Praatibh for some time. Echo giving stadium vibes. Very nice. But alright, we are here. We'll hear Praatibh in a bit. But it's finally been so many games. We had a break in between and everything. And we're finally here to this IPL final. And of course, we weren't going to get off to a great start in our life because why would we? But for now, we'll wait until Praatibh is back for a bit. And then we'll get started. Say something?
What's up?
Yeah, you should be live.
Hello. Yeah, there I am.
Yeah.
Now I should be coming soon in the live as well.
Is there echo now? Is there any sort of echo? Are you supporting Team Blue? No, we are supporting no one, which is why we have worn blue. It's to show
Solidarity with the Indian cricket team.
Hey, Kulveer, W fits. Thanks for that. Your mic is screwed, sir. It's not the mic. It's
the internet.
No, it's a lot of things. Let it be. I don't want to talk about it. but it's great to see so many of you guys here, and no echo. Oh, great, fantastic. This is good. All right, so we're going to do a lot of things. There's going to be something different this time around, and that is we will not a recap, but just an emotional roller coaster of how it's been for the both teams. And then we'll talk about the venue. There's very interesting stats.
Yeah.
Of course, the matchups will still remain the same, but in terms of venue and in terms of toss and everything, there is a very interesting stat. So we'll get into that. Of course, if you guys are joining in for the first time, or if you're joining for the first time in this live, hit that like button, push this live to a lot more people. We will do this post final as well. And yeah, let's get into things. Thank you guys so much for joining us. You could have easily watched our post, but yet here you are.
Oh, so we aren't RCB fans.
Bullshit, you all are RCB fans. Of course, no.
Are you still feeling bad that I called you a CSK fan?
Yeah, a lot of people. I mean, it's fine. Let's talk about the Punjab Kings and the roller coaster of a ride it's been for them. I'm not going to talk about stats. I'm just going to talk about the journey that they've been through. Before the auctions, when Ricky Ponting was appointed the coach of the Punjab Kings, Ricky Ponting said one thing: I want to make sure that this Punjab team is the best Punjab team IPL has ever seen. And to do that, he had to not only take the Punjab Kings to the final, but possibly win. And here is the chance, because in 2014, Punjab Kings did go on to the final, and not yet. And here we are once again. So the promise that Ricky Ponting made to the Punjab Kings fans and to the IPL tournament is that to make Punjab Kings the best Punjab Kings he's ever seen or the IPL has seen, he needs to win the final. And he's only a step away from doing that. And then the auction happened, and it was a very clear case scenario of how much Ponting and Shreyas Iyer had bonded during the Delhi Capitals season, because Ponting was he was so motivated to get Shreyas Iyer on board, and that's exactly what he did. And that's also why he became one of the highest paid, one of the costliest for an Indian, not just for an Indian, just overall. And then Shreyas Iyer comes to the Punjab Kings. We have this relationship between Ricky Ponting and the Punjab Kings once again, and with Shreyas Iyer. and the season just kicks off. The season just doesn't kick off because in the first match, in the same venue, mind you, they played in Ahmedabad against the Gujarat Titans, scoring 240 plus, where Shreyas Iyer scored 90 odd, I want to say 97, not out. And that's exactly what set the tone for the Punjab Kings. And then from there, we saw Arshdeep Singh stepping up, bowling extremely well for the most part of the tournament. And then we had the openers Priyansh Arya
Yeah.
and Prabh Singh. The names, my God, pronouncing names is a task of its own. But we saw the openers stepping up as well. And eventually we had a stat where every time one of them scored 45 plus, Punjab Kings would more often than not win the game. And that is what we saw from the management as well. Backing players, backing youngsters, backing players like Nehal Vadhera, and almost 6, 7 uncapped players that they kept playing. Someone like Glenn Maxwell, who you would think would feature in all the games, was dropped in the middle because of his lack of form. And that's what you got from the Punjab Kings. You got backing of the youngsters and making sure the players were selected to perform and not just for the sake of it. And here we are with the Punjab Kings. Here we are playing the RCB. And hopefully, for Ricky Ponting's sake, if he wants to make the Punjab Kings the best Punjab Kings they've ever has been, he'll possibly win against the RCB.
And that is where we move to the Royal Challengers Bangalore. A lot of RCB fans in the live itself. And I mean, there's not so much to say about the RCB in terms of it being an emotional roller coaster. It's been a fairly normal season for them in terms of the fact that they've been able to win most of what they've played. Just 4 losses through the tournament. It's been dominant from the get go. We've also put out a video on that today itself, just before we started the live. So you can check that out once the live is done, whenever you want to check it out. But with RCB, it has always been the case that they've had a star-studded lineup and they were not able to make it to a great point. They've been in multiple finals, but they've never lifted the trophy. So for them to be here is yet another opportunity, and it's been a complete team effort. A lot of times it was the domination of a Kohli or it was the domination of an AB de Villiers that got them so far. But this time around, of course, Kohli's done well, but the entire squad has come together. Your openers, your middle order, your finishers, most importantly, the fast bowlers. RCB have managed to take every single department. They had a new setup in the likes of Mo Bobat, in the likes of Dinesh Karthik, in the likes of Andy Flower, and all of that is bearing fruit on to some extent. We will find out today if they are going to lift that trophy. But I think for the RCB fans, and I'm sure you guys will probably feel the kind of emotions that are supposed to be felt by an RCB fan, which I am not. This is this is a big moment once again. It's after 9 years that the RCB is getting into an IPL final. Everything looks in favor. It's 18 for 18. All of the campaigns you can talk about, everything is set up beautifully for an RCB victory. Thank you for the super chat.
Hey Vijay, thank you so much for the super chat.
And yeah, that's a little bit about what it's been for RCB. We all know how much it's going to mean for either sides, either of the fans, because they've never won this tournament.
Let's go from the RCB to the venue. Let's talk about the venue a little bit. There was a bit of shower before. Apparently, the shower has stopped, but you never know. It might just come back.
Yeah.
But if this is the case, I'm assuming the venue will play the same as it did in the last game when there was shower almost for the first 3-4 hours. And it should continue to be a belter of a wicket. Ahmedabad's known for that. But do you want to go over the toss and how much the toss has affected both teams? So interestingly enough, Punjab Kings are the only team in this IPL to have a double-digit
Toss win.
Yeah, they've won the toss 11 times in this IPL, and out of those 11 times, they won 8 matches. So toss is very, very, very important for them because out of the 11 times they won 8, lost 2. One was a no result against KKR, and so evidently enough, them winning the toss is very important. And a lot of people might think them winning the toss, they've chased most of the matches. Of course they have, but they've also won matches while batting first. I do say this, however, they will want to win the toss and they will want to bowl first.
Yeah, and I think even from an RCB perspective, toss is going to be important. Maybe not as important as for the Punjab Kings because they clearly have a better record while chasing. RCB, if you will genuinely look at the season they've had, they would be happy to either bat or ball. Having said that, talking about the conditions, and it's probably going on live right now. I think Shankar Mahadevan's probably singing at this point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, something of that sort is what I saw in the comments. But if there is overcast weather, we know that it is going to have a little bit in it in terms of swing or even possibly seam depending on the grass covering, which we will know at the toss. But if that's the case, the teams would like to chase. RCB, there's something I wanted to say about them, which I am kind of forgetting, so we'll just leave it for now. Yeah, I remembered. The one thing that RCB don't want to do is to lose the toss and be put into bat, because that's the one place where they've lost the most number of matches this season. Out of the 4 matches that RCB has lost, 3 have come when they've been put into bat first.
Yeah, so toss will be important. Toss is still 15 minutes away. There's a lot going on in Star Sports and the IPL. So if you guys choose to watch that, we wouldn't blame you. But we have dressed up and have done the research. So if you guys stick around, it's always nice. A lot of you guys tagging Vijit Singh and appreciating him. You guys are the sweetest chat. Thank you guys so much for that. Yeah, let's talk about the Punjab Kings. Oh, let's talk about the IPL final first. Let's talk about how many times they've reached the final and how they've done. Punjab Kings have only reached the final once in 2014. It should have been the year where they won, but unfortunately they lost. And here we are yet again for the Punjab Kings. Another final. It's only the second final. They again go in as underdogs.
And a completely different side.
Yeah, completely different side management, everyone except for Preeti Zinta for that matter. Hey, Kulveer Singh, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that a lot, dude. Thank you so much. You guys, the chat's been extremely sweet today, supporting each other, which is great.
Not just today, every day.
Yeah, I mean, every day. As in, I'm saying in terms of because it's the IPL final. and
Guys,
because there are two
Ashwin has
teams.
made his intentions clear.
Guys, do you have any idea on who's a better chaser between Kohli and Aya? I know Kohli has a lot of chase clout. What facts? Virat is statistically a better chaser by far in ODI cricket.
But this is T20.
Yeah, that's why I said ODI cricket because I knew I was going somewhere with it and I
Yeah.
had to be statistically true.
Yeah.
We could look that up. Ridhaman Shah scored 114 that day. That is true in
They
2014.
still
Yeah,
lost, imagine.
yeah.
But yeah, talking about finals for the RCB, this is the 4th time that they are going to be making the finals. They have lost every final that they've played. Let's hope this time is different for RCB's sake. We will also come to PP, which is my predictions.
That's the predictions.
But yeah, that's for later. I think for Virat Kohli this time, and with Andy Flower and the kind of people they have on board, the experience of T20 cricket that they have is the second in terms of the number of matches that RCB as a team have played across T20 leagues since 2021. With all of that being said, I do think maybe this is finally it for RCB.
Yeah. AC, you're like me. My prediction is one of them will win today. I 100% agree. Let's go on to an ad. And then we'll continue talking about teams. Cricket fans, this is your moment. Introducing Play 11's the ultimate cricket collectible experience. Mint unique digital cards daily, showcase your collection and earn exclusive rewards. Visit play11s.com and start your collection today. If you guys want to check out Plays 11, you guys should go down to the description, click on the link and check it out. Let's talk about the Punjab Kings. We are 12 minutes away from the toss. Remember, guys, we will talk about the two teams right now and then come back after the toss and talk about matchups, talk about not potential, we know the squad. So we'll talk about the scores, we'll talk about selection. That is where things get a little interesting, right? So in the last 6 games, the Punjab bowlers have clearly struggled, but we'll get into that. Let's talk about the batting a little bit. In the first half, for the Punjab Kings, Shreyas Iyer was the highest scorer. The second half, any half you see, even in the last 6 games, Shreyas Iyer has been the highest scorer with an average of 60 and a strike rate of 168. We know that it's been his season so far. Even in the last match against the Mumbai Indians, the way he finished off the games and the way he did not celebrate, or if anything, he did celebrate being the most cold-hearted man in the world. I thought that was absolute cinema. It was great to see him do that. And that is what he will need to replicate. But I think someone who's gone under the radar, even in the last game, is Josh Inglis. The fact that Shreyas Iyer could take his time while chasing a target of more than 200 was because Josh Inglis came on to bat and just took the bowlers apart, especially Bumrah, to get those 20 runs in that over. And that is what I think he will continue to do against the RCB. And I feel like that is what Josh Inglis's role is, to come out attacking regardless of what the scoreline suggests. And that's what happened in the qualifying one as well. When Josh Hazelwood bowled that short ball and Josh Inglis went for that pull shot, yes, at that point it did not work well. Against the Mumbai Indians, it did work well. We'll only find out if it works well today. Law of averages suggests, I don't know, because I don't know what the law of averages are. So if it worked out against the Mumbai Indians, but it didn't against the RCB, we'll find out what it happens today, because his role in the team is the most underrated but also very crucial, because when an early wicket falls, we see Josh Inglis walk into bat. when there is a partnership by the openers, we see Shreyas Iyer walk into bat, but Josh Inglis taking the attack regardless of the situation is very, very important for the Punjab Kings, because Punjab Kings have a tendency for their openers for they have a tendency to get out early. And as much as their runs are very crucial for Punjab Kings' victory, you don't always expect that, especially with the batting style of Priyan Shari and Prabhsimran Singh. So if you cannot expect that all the time, you need someone like a Josh Inglis to stand up. But that's a lot about their batting. Oh, interestingly, the only team Shreyas Iyer hasn't performed in this IPL against is the RCB. Against every team, he has an average of at least more than 20, right? The lowest, apart from the RCB, is Rajasthan Royals, 2 matches, average is 20. Against the RCB, 3 matches, he's just scored 15 runs, highest score of 7, and a batting average of 5. So if he wants to
Win.
yeah, if he wants not just win, but if he wants to make a comeback of sorts or have a redemption innings, this is it. It gets nothing. There's nothing better than this. Interestingly enough, if you guys don't know, in the Syed Mustaq Ali of this year, of this season, the finals was against Mumbai versus Madhya Pradesh, Mumbai versus MP, where the two captains were Shreyas Iyer and Rajat Patidar. So here we are again. And in that Syed Mustaq Ali final, of course, Shreyas Iyer went on to win his first Syed Mustaq Ali as the captain. And here we are yet again in the IPL final with the same two captains, except the stakes are so much more higher. I'll just brush through the bowling side. In the last 6 games, the highest wicket taker for the Punjab Kings has been Omar Zai, but with an economy of 10, and that's been the problem with the Punjab Kings bowling lineup. After the first half, even someone like an Arshdeep Singh has fallen off. He's of course not given 10 runs per over. He's given 9 runs per over, but not gotten a lot of wickets. Just 5 wickets in his name, which is not a lot considering the fact that he bowls up front and at the death. The second highest wicket taker for the Punjab Kings in the last 6 games is someone who wasn't featuring against the Mumbai Indians, interestingly, and that's Harpreet Brar. And that will be a point to talk about. Of course, in the last game, Chahal did get Surya Kumar Yadav out, but Harpreet Brar has been exceptional so far. And the fact that he hasn't played a lot of games yet, he's one of the top wicket takers for the Punjab Kings. That will be a crucial point to talk about. I'm not really sure if they will play Brar, but I'll be shocked if they don't pick him, especially when you're Virat Kohli against a left arm seamer and you want Harpreet Brar to be that left arm, not seamer, spinner. And yeah, that's basically it. I was also going to talk about Arshdeep Singh. Yes, he has fallen off the cliff a little bit, but RCB hasn't been the worst side to bowl against for him. So he will be looking to come back against the RCB and the Mumbai Indians. He didn't really have the best of games, but we know how he can bowl. He's been the highest wicket taker for Indian T20 internationals. He had a brilliant first half. It's only about time until he comes back to form. You have 7 minutes, Praatibh, before toss time. Oh, of course, we have problems because why wouldn't we?
Hi guys, you can't see me. That's a first. Am I back? Am I back yet?
We will have Praatibh back.
Thank God. Let's go. All right, coming to the Royal Challengers Bangalore, it isn't going to be much different from the last time we spoke about them in a pre-match live. A lot of things remain the same, but something to take note of is that in the IPL of 2025, the Royal Challengers Bangalore have not played a single game at Ahmedabad.
You know the bias when he's going to say Rajasthan Royals. There you go. Like that's the team he supports.
That's the team I support. Vasu, that's your answer. There is no RCB supporter here. But yeah, coming to the RCB, they haven't played any games at Ahmedabad, so that is something to take note of. I don't know how it's going to impact the game, considering the fact that Ahmedabad is a batting-friendly wicket. RCB has been the best bowling lineup in the tournament in terms of economy rate, and apart from that, Virat Kohli has always done well when he's played at Ahmedabad. Of course, they haven't played any games this year, but in general, Virat Kohli's T20 record has been brilliant here. And yeah, dude, it's going to be very interesting to see how things shape up from a batting perspective, simply because they haven't had game time. With the ball, I'm a little more optimistic for RCB, especially the Pacers, for the simple reason that the weather could be overcast. I still need to see the toss itself. But if there is a little bit of grass covering and RCB by any chance get to ball first on this pitch, that is something that's going to be in their favor and that is something they'll look forward to. Apart from that, based on the recent performances, both Suyash Sharma and Krunal Pandya have been doing decent. Suyash looks more likely to get wickets and will very likely be a more impactful player in this game, because as a wrist spinner, it's probably going to be easier for him to have some kind of turn on this pitch as compared to a Krunal Pandya. So that's one thing to take note of. And Punjab have been pretty good in the middle, is what I want to say. Ashwin, fill me up on the numbers if there are any. But Surya Sharma is going to be important once again. He did come in clutch in that first game against Punjab Kings, first game of the playoffs. And yeah, that's basically what it is for RCB. They just have to keep doing the things that they're doing, just do those things correctly, stick to the basics, stick to their plans. One more thing with the Ahmedabad Stadium, and this is probably the final point, is that RCB will have to be wary of the longer boundary. In general, the Motera Stadium isn't the biggest. There are some very short boundaries. But what we saw in Punjab's last game was that they were able to ball to their fields, and they were setting up fields and plans based on the dimensions of the ground. So RCB will just have to make sure, the batters especially, that they're able to basically identify what the Punjab Kings are trying to plan and play the field accordingly.
All right, let's go to from the stands. You're right. Hazelwood hasn't lost a tournament final so far. Not only that, I mean, there are a couple of matchups that we will get into
Yeah.
after the toss,
Yes.
but yeah, Hazelwood versus Shreyas Iyer is yet another matchup to follow. Sorry for asking this, chat. Any good sketchy streaming website for IPL? We cannot say. Looks like a flat deck. If you're watching live and if you think it's a flat deck, yeah, it shouldn't come as a surprise, to be honest. Ahmedabad has
Yeah.
always come with a flat deck. I think from the last rematch that we did,
Average score 196.
yeah, 196 or 197 was the first innings average score. So the scores are pretty high, and we've seen that
Yeah.
increase more and more in this IPL. So
200's probably going to be par.
yeah, true. I'm so happy there's no echo. That's what makes me happy. Hey, Cricket by JB, your MVP predictions. Your most valuable player of the season, I think, should be Sai Sudarshan. Emerging player of the award, again, should be Sai Sudarshan. I don't think.
Emerging player of the award.
Oh, sorry, emerging player of the season should be Sai Sudarshan. Ira, ooh, nice costumes, guys. Costumes.
Hey,
Hey, outfits. Hey, hey, England team new entry. What are we talking about? All, hey, Mohammed. Oh, Jawad. Nice. All dressed up for the final? Of course, we are dressed up for the final. Not only dressed up, we put in effort for this final. Right, Srikanth, hitting deck bowlers will get more out of the pitch, I feel. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened in the last game. And I
Yep.
think that is what we wanted to talk about. So,
that's something I did touch upon.
All right.
Except the hit the deck part.
yeah. So the Punjab
strategy.
Kings have played 2 matches at Ahmedabad and they've won both the games. One was against Gujarat Titans and one in the qualifying 2 against the Mumbai Indians. Whereas RCB hasn't played a
Correct.
match in Ahmedabad so far. But interestingly enough, since 2020, Virat Kohli is the highest scorer in Ahmedabad. And then comes Shreyas Iyer.
Yeah.
So the two important batters for the team, I would go as far and say that Shreyas Iyer is a lot more important to Punjab Kings than Virat is at this point to the RCB.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going too far either.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
And so there's echo. What? Is there echo? No way.
Oh, there's only one comment, right?
Le-
Echo.
yeah, but still, let me know if there is echo because now I'm going to speak softly and then you guys will say no and then I'll continue to speak loudly. They travel by the. Oh, no jinxing. Why not red? Because we didn't have red kurta. We can only wear what we have. No. Vishal, IS jersey number 96, Padita's 97. Yeah, that's there's so many things going on. Y'all didn't see this. Oh, you were being sarcastic. I'm missing out. Would be interesting to see if Kohli gets out early. Hope Brar plays today. Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
exactly what we want to see if Harpreet Brar does. Oh, okay, right. We can think and all of that. We are a minute to go before the toss time. So, guys, like always, we will come back before toss time with one and son. It's fine. I thought you were joking.
It's not fine.
Even I want to see they travel. I don't know what the bike traveling is. But we'll come back after toss. We'll come back after toss time. Talk about matchups. Talk about the squad itself, the impact players, and what will maybe eventually happen. See you in a minute or two. Bye bye.
Yes. Patidar is nervous.
That might be nervous, but here we are after the toss. The Punjab Kings have won the toss
Yeah. They've
for
chosen
the
to chase.
12th time this IPL season, and they've chosen to chase,
This is insane.
which it comes as no surprise because both the teams would have wanted to chase. Both the teams have a good target, have a good record chasing.
Mm.
And so Punjab Kings chasing first isn't that big of a shocker.
Yeah.
Yes, according to Praatibh. But did that look nervous? You guys
He
would have heard
did. He
that.
did. Yeah.
Let's talk about matchups. You know what?
Mm.
Let's talk about matchups and then we'll talk about the score in a bit. So let's talk about matchups. And here we are talking about the matchups. Something Shreyas Iyer will be worrying about is, like I said before the toss even happened, that the only team Shreyas Iyer hasn't scored against is the RCB. He averages 5, and it comes as no shock because the three bowlers that he struggles against the most, that's Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Krunal Pandya, and most importantly Josh Hazelwood, is in the same squad. And so his matchup against Josh Hazelwood will be really, really interesting to see. He got Shreyas Iyer in the last game playing a false shot, playing a nothing shot, something we criticized a lot. We criticized Shreyas Iyer a lot for. That is a matchup to look out for. If Harpreet Brar is not in the impact players, another matchup that I'm very interested in is watching Yuzvendra Chahal against Virat Kohli. Now, talking about matchups, what is interesting is, if you guys remember the first game that almost did not happen in Bangalore. That's RCB versus Punjab, where Punjab went on to win. Not only did they chase, but they had similar plans in Chinnaswamy that they would execute in Ahmedabad. They were bowling short of good length. There was a bit of bounce in the Chinnaswamy pitch. There might not be so much bounce in the Ahmedabad pitch, but the plans remain the same. And that's where the RCB batters did struggle quite a bit. Virat Kohli getting out against the short ball is what I want to say. Or he stepped out and played the ball in the air. One of those things. And a lot of batters coming after that were struggling, playing across the bat and struggling. And I say struggling, but that's also to do with the Chinnaswamy pitch. I'm saying this because the plans would be very, very similar to this, because we saw this against the Mumbai Indians as well, where a lot of Punjab Kings bowlers were bowling short of good length deliveries. And it might just be the same thing because, like Praatibh said before, that they will want to make sure that the ball goes to the square boundaries rather than straight, because a 50-meter boundary at this point in this ground is criminal, but that's what we have in this ground. And those are the only interesting matchups that I can think of. And so that's why we move on to Pratham.
That's where I'll fill you in with some numbers. Ashwin's already spoken about Hazelwood versus Iyer. It's something to watch out for. From the last time that we spoke about it, Hazelwood's record against Iyer has gotten much better. He's given away just 11 runs in 22 deliveries and he's got Iyer out 4 times. Next thing to watch out for is Suyash Sharma, specifically against the Punjab Kings. He's done really well. And even in that, he's done really well against the right-handers, going at an economy rate of just 5.84, and he's picked up 5 wickets against them. So that is something to keep in mind. Of course, a lot of those wickets came in the last game itself. But yeah, apart from that, what else have we got of the 28 batters? This is probably a more important stat, and also because of the fact that RCB's won the toss and is going to be RCB's lost the toss and is going to be batting first, and that's how Virat Kohli plays in those middle overs. Now, ideally, based on the stats and all of that, it would have been nice if Punjab Kings had Harpreet Brar in the mix. I still don't know if he's going to be bowling at all today because he's not in the 11. But that would have been interesting because Virat Kohli has really struggled in the middle overs. In fact, in IPL of 2025, Virat Kohli in the overs 7 to 10 has only had a strike rate of 109, which is the third lowest in this year. So RCB, I mean, you can argue that Virat Kohli has that low strike rate because everyone else around him is firing, and so he doesn't need to take the attack to the opposition. But it's a final. You want to get as many runs as you can, especially because this pitch is so good. And under lights, it's possibly going to get little better. We did see Dew come into the picture in the last couple of games. And so that is why it is going to be important to get as many runs as possible. Lastly, on the matchup, Patidar can destroy spin on his given day, but he has struggled against Yuzvendra Chahal and once again Harpreet Brar. And so I'm slightly conflicted on whether or not Punjab Kings has selected the right 11. It would have been nice to have Harpreet in instead of probably Vaishak Vijay Kumar. But again, I think it might be overcast and they want to take the swing aspect and the seam aspect into the picture. But what else have we got? I think that's it mainly.
What is Punjab are bowling first.
Punjab are
Then
bowling.
what's the point? I was going to say there is a bit of a positive for those guys talking about Harpreet Brar is not there. He's the impact sub, but then if they're bowling first, then what's the point? Anyway, let's talk about the playing 11s. The Punjab Kings go with the same squad. That's Priyan Sharya, Shreyas Iyer, Josh Inglis, Nihal Vadhera, Shashank Singh, Marcus Stoinis, Vijay Kumar Vaishak, who has an economy of 12 in the last 6 games, by the way, so something to keep an eye on how he goes on to bowl. Omar Zaid, Kyle Jamieson, Arshdeep Singh, and Chahal. Again, the playing 11, the known playing 11. The impact sub, of course, is going to be Prabh Simran Singh, Xavier Bartlett, Harpreet Brar, Suyash Shedgay,
Shade.
and,
Ashwin always gets this wrong.
and Dubey. There's a Praveed Dubey in the impact 11. Yeah, it's very interesting that they wouldn't go with Harpreet Brar again.
Yeah.
It might be a mistake in retrospect.
We are calling out the mistake right now. At least I am.
Yeah, I think it's a mistake. I think they should have played Harpreet Brar, but here we are talking about it. Let's talk about the RCB playing 11. They have Phil Stott, Virat Kohli, Mayank Agarwal, Rajat Patidar, Liam Livingston, Jitesh Sharma, Romario Shepherd, Krunal Pandya, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Yash Dayal, Josh Hazelwood. No
Both
surprise
teams
there.
playing the same
Yeah,
lines.
impact sub though. They don't have Tim David. So they have Suyash Sharma, Rasik Dhar, Manoj Bhandage,
Yeah.
Tim,
Seifert.
and Swapnil Singh. There you go.
That is going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, that is going to be interesting to watch. So Tim David misses out. Vaishak seems interesting. He seems potent yet leaks runs. Yeah, exactly. I feel like he's been given a certain role, but of course you're
He
allowed
struggled
to.
to play.
Yeah.
Actually, this might be interesting. I know Prab will probably come in as impact later on, but if Punjab start off horribly with the ball,
Having Harpreet
they
Brar
might
come.
have Vaishak sub out. It's some for Harpreet and compromise their batting. Let's see. Because Josh Inglis can open.
Yeah. One of my friends texted me this. This has nothing to do with the IPL, but I'm still gonna say it because it's something we've done. The Suresh Rana video, that's the most popular video on our channel, has 800,000 views now.
Oh, nice.
It's crossed 800,000. So that's the thing. We are 200,000 more views to go for a 1 million view video. But here we are. Yeah, just a friend of mine that texted Nikhil. If you're watching this, thank you for that. But yeah, that it's quite surprising that they wouldn't have Harpreet Brar, but we were surprised by it in the last game as well.
Yeah.
I didn't think Chahal did anything extraordinary, but he did get Surya Kumar Yadav out.
He got an important wicket.
Yeah, he did
the
get it.
matchup worked out.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, like they're doing their homework, but
Yeah.
based on the homework, they should have had Harpreet Brar. Yeah.
Ira, dude, that's so sweet of you. Just manifesting you guys interview Virat one day before 2027. That's
crazy.
damn sweet. Something I do want to talk about is who's the other new ball bowler for the Punjab Kings? Who got a wicket? Who got Rohit Sharma out, and we were just shocked that he even came on to bowl to begin with. He played the BBL. He's an Australian. He's an all-rounder. Bats in the middle order for the
Marcus
Punjab Kings.
Stoinis.
Yeah. Oh my god, which was a shocker to us. But we did some work. We did some research, and we realized he's bowled around 40 odd overs in the power play in the last couple of years in the T20 format. And so Ricky Ponting, the captain, would have thought of this. And so I'm assuming
Ponting,
the coach would have thought of this because Australia, not saying Shreyas Iyer wasn't on board. I'm saying all of them would have been on board together.
Yeah.
And it would have been a wholesome
Conversation.
yeah, I'm not saying Ricky Ponting needs credit or anything, but I'm sure he would have been.
No, but it's good that you bring that up because it's given them that flexibility, which is why I'm saying that they could afford to take out Vaishak and bring in.
But then you're losing out on an opener. The opener that's done extremely well throughout.
To be fair, Prabh Simran in the last few innings has not done much.
But he does have an average of 29 in the last 6 innings.
Harpreet
Better
Brar-
than Priyan Sharya, who has an average of 17s.
So that's ooh.
So then I don't know.
Does Priyansh go out? Oh, but that's
I mean,
losing a
unless
very
the
attacking
RCB
batter.
team of 5 overs in and 100 for no loss.
Yeah,
Maybe
at that point you probably need the batting power and just pray
Yeah,
that your
that's true.
bowlers can
Yeah,
recover.
that's true. You guys are going to cover. Oh, dude, Sheena.
100%.
Not only are we going to cover the India-England daily,
Yeah.
we're going to have a pre-match, pre-day,
Yeah.
and a post-day
Pre and
every
post day,
day.
all 5 days of every single test match.
Yeah, so-
minimum. That's the minimum expected content. Other than that, we're going to have Tuesday videos, we're going to have Friday videos. Women's cricket will still be
Monday.
on. Yeah. Everything's going to be on.
Vidwan Insan, you make an excellent point. I'm not going to lie. I think they're relying on Kyle Jamieson to get Virat Kohli out with that extra bounce. He's done it before.
Yeah.
He did it in the qualifying one.
He did. We might see Kohli just leave the deliveries outside fifth stump today.
Yeah. They're relying on Kyle to get Kohli out, and not get Brar in. I think that is the hope. I hope Tim David is not missed in this match. I wish if he could play in the final. Yeah, that's true. I think
True.
a lot of people would have hoped. Kuch bhi. Anirudh. Kohli can hit pace better than spin. Should have gone for Brar. Anirudh kuch bhi. Varun Aaron in his peak was not very good with the ball. Oh, that's two different conversations. But anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, if it works out, if they are able to get Virat Kohli in early, you know what? Interestingly, and again, this might
Virat
be.
Kohli out early.
Sorry. What did I say? In
In.
out early.
In.
Wow. So I think again this might be a far-fetched opinion, and I don't know how many of y'all will agree with this. As much as Virat Kohli is the
The
powerhouse
goat. Yeah.
and all of that, I think Phil Salt would be a bigger wicket in the
Oh, yeah.
first 3 overs
Mm.
than a Virat Kohli in the first 3 overs. After that, it's a thing. After that, we know how Virat Kohli can just change the game and how he accelerates. But in the first 3 overs, I think Phil Salt will be a bigger threat to the Punjab Kings than a Virat Kohli because
Yeah.
of how Phil Salt takes the game away. He's very much like Josh Inglis,
Mm.
except Phil Salt's just more dangerous.
And English.
And that-
Cool.
but for the if that's a Punjab perspective,
Yeah.
if you were the RCB batters, who do you think would be an important bowler to watch out for? Because Kyle Jamieson was the best bowler of the lot in terms
Yeah.
of economy in the
Yeah.
last game. He's got
Yeah.
Kohli out in the
Mm.
qualifying one. Arshdeep Singh didn't have the best of the games against RCB, but he started off well against the Mumbai Indians and
Won
then
good.
might have
Yeah.
gone away a bit.
See, I know with Kohli, it would make sense for him to be watchful instead of just trying to go for it from ball one.
True.
At least at least the first couple of overs, it's possibly okay if Kohli just sees it out because Phil Salt naturally is going to look to attack, going to look to play strokes.
Yeah.
More importantly, if Kohli is watchful and if RCB loses Phil Salt on the other end, the dynamics of that game changes very fast because Phil Salt has been able to come in and consistently he's been able to get starts. Even against Punjab, he was the one who was not out till the end,
That is
chasing that
true.
down very
Yeah.
quickly. And so you're right, Phil Salt possibly is a bigger threat, especially against this bowling lineup that is not the highest on confidence. That all of those bowlers have leaked runs more or
Yeah.
less. And so yeah, I think for RCB, just be a little watchful because then you have enough bowlers who you can take on. It's not that, for example, like a Mumbai Indians have a Bumrah who almost with guarantee is going to give you 4 good overs. With
Almost,
Punjab,
except in the last game.
with Punjab, you don't know who that bowler is.
Yeah.
You don't know who's going to step up on the given day
True.
and who's going to have an off day. Most of them generally have an off day.
Yeah, that's very true. Ira, you make an interesting point. Brar in place of Omazai would have been better options. And a lot of you guys interestingly think that spinners are more important today. In fact, in the last game, Santner wasn't used completely, but that could be a
Mumbai Indians
captaincy
thing.
thing. But even Chahal, he bowled 4 overs because he's an important bowler for the team. Except for him and Santner, there weren't any other spinners. And so it's very interesting you guys think spinners will be important today. We will find that out. There wasn't a lot of spin for the spinners. As
Yeah.
much as I think spinners are important, I don't think they're the most important of the lot. Ira, your point about how about how Bra should have come in place of Omarzai, I think that should have been a possible option, but Omarzai has been the highest wicket taker for the Punjab Kings
He's
in the
actually
last,
been one of the better bowlers.
yeah, with an economy of
Yeah.
10.
Brar for Vaishak seems like a more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Omarzai in the last 6 matches has been the highest wicket taker for the Punjab Kings. So you're trading someone who has been taking wickets. Of course, he's been leaking a lot of runs, but so has every other Punjab Kings bowler.
Yeah.
Sonakshi Gupta, can the 18th finally be the one for jersey number 18? Yeah, I mean, it's a tale that a lot of people are talking about. 18th season, Virat in the final. He's won the T20 World Cup, won the Champions Trophy.
Stars aligning?
Yeah, stars aligning.
We'll find out.
I mean, if he wins, will he retire? Is a conversation.
From IPL, no, I don't think he's going.
But
yeah.
okay, that was Echo started. Dude, no way. Yeah, that is true. I think Anil is replying to Vasu in terms of how Virat averages 55 this season with a better strike rate as compared to Virat in 2015. But I also feel like Virat has more not outs this season, if I'm not wrong. If someone can check that for me. Or
I
if,
think he does.
yeah, probably. The better square boundaries have become smaller now. Don't know how spinners can be the key. A lot depend on the pitch. That's true. Are you saying it's become smaller than the last game?
Probably last season.
Yeah, last season, yeah. Yeah, there's a 50.
But yeah, it's small, dude.
We don't want his retirement. Yeah, we don't want his retirement. I was just doing what, just what everyone does. They can still win 333rd IPL season.
Gale.
Right. But yes, we are 10 minutes away from the first ball of the IPL final. I'm excited because the IPL is ending, but it's also the final. I'm excited for a couple of reasons. No echo. Hey, thanks, man. Ashwin. Yashwin. Interesting. Livingstone can come as an impact sub if he's not needed in batting. They can take Tushara if he's needed. One can sub for Salt or Mayank. Your opinion
Mhm.
on that? Oh, interesting.
Yeah, possible.
Isn't Livingston, I might have completely missed that, but isn't he in the playing 11? But your opinions
But
on
yeah,
that
in any case,
regardless?
Tushara in the one game that he played, he did ball well. And so he might not be a bad option if things really go south for RCB, but I don't think that's going to be the case.
Yeah, I don't think Livingston can come as an impact sub because he's in the playing 11. So
Oh, and so
and
that
RCB is
means,
batting first,
yeah.
which means he's in the team. So I don't think he can sub out. I don't know if anyone is good sweeper of the ball in the RCB squad except Rajat. I mean, Virat's slog sweep has come into play in the last couple of years, so it should help him. Jitesh Sharma can play, I guess.
Jitesh can sweep, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, Rajat's probably the best sweeper
yeah,
in
that's
the
true.
squad.
In 2016, Kohli was competing against Mech. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Vidwan Insan, thank you so much for the super chat to PBKS and IS. Sorry about the echo joke.
Hey,
Okay.
if you're gonna keep giving super chats, you can make all the echo jokes you want.
Yeah, he is in the playing 11. But anyway, Warner, etc., for the best opener. Now he's still competing against Sai Sudarshan and Gill. What a player.
Yeah, true.
Uh,
By the way, guys, whoever's in the comments, leave down whether you're a PBKS supporter for the day or a RCB
RCB
supporter.
supporter, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're not a PBK supporter, but you still don't want RCB to win the final, then you might just be a Punjab supporter for the day. Unrelated, but since 2020, barring 3 outs, Virat has got out all to the fifth stump paces. Oh yeah, interesting. Yeah, I think we made a video on this. If I'm not wrong.
We have.
After this, guys, if you have the time, check out our RCB video. It's
Oh yeah.
statistically broken down very, very well. There's a whole. Praatibh
Coach
made it.
captain relationships, strategy, auction strategy, what worked for them.
Yeah.
And just the stats to back all of the auction planning that they've done. It's actually a really nice thing that they also released a documentary on it. So you can watch the documentary on YouTube, watch our video, or just watch our video. It covers the documentary anyways.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of you guys being RCB supporters, that is not a surprise. But yeah, 8 minutes before. What happened?
Shreyas is a PVK supporter and humanity merchant.
Hater mentality, Ishan Mishra. I don't. Yeah, Anirudh, I like your answer. I am what Anirudh is, and that is a cricket supporter. That's why I watch IPL, because if I support any team, then I will be what you guys are,
Feeling
and
very
that is
proud Indian army.
Aya will save humanity today. I like a lot. I like how it's RCB winning versus a humanity thing. I know a lot of people who agree to the same thing.
Yeah.
RCB winning would just implode the world.
I'll just add a little bit of fire here. It's probably because of some of the RCB fans. Yeah, you all can fight in the comments.
Yeah, Brar in place of Azmatullah would have made sense. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? What about the overcast conditions, guys? So, see, that's the thing, right? A lot of people assume that spinners are going to be at play, which is fine, but I just don't think they're going to be as important because spinners, for one, are not getting as much spin. And in the last game, we didn't see much swing, to be honest.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever little swing we saw was mostly in the team bowling first because
Yeah.
that's when it was more overcast. Under lights, it's going to be tougher. See, the reason why I think Harpreet Brar would have made sense is purely because of matchups. Second reason is even though the ball doesn't turn much, Harpreet Brar isn't much of a turner of the ball, so to speak.
Right.
He's more of
That's
a
true.
flat. And yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's mainly the matchups and just the psychological bit of
It's also
a left arm spinner.
It's also with Punjab this season that they, for whatever reason, haven't backed Harpreet Brar. Last year, I
Oh,
think
that
he
is
played
true.
every single game. Not
Yeah.
only that, he also bowled in the power play, and there were times he bowled the first over. This season, for whatever reason, he's not backed as he was in the last season, which is quite a disappointment, to be honest. But here we are. What can you do? 7 minutes before before the first ball of the finals, we'll go and we'll rest for a bit because Pratib's camera has evidently died again, and I'm not gonna unless you want me to. Do you want me?
Hello, folks. Battery dead. Ashwin, take it away. Oh,
Right, so here we are. We'll go away now. We'll come back post match, regardless of who wins. We will celebrate because it's a day to celebrate the game of cricket and the IPL. If you're an RCB fan looking forward to the first victory this season, as in first victory
first
in the
IPL
IPL,
victory. Yeah.
Pratib's stuck. Pratib's camera is gone. we apologize for this. If you're an RCB fan waiting for the first ever victory in the IPL season, this might be it. If you're a RCB hater, or if you're someone who supports the Punjab Kings, Punjab have won the toss, chosen to bowl first out of the 11 occasions that they have won the toss. They won 8 of them. If anything, this might just be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll make sure Praatib's camera has charged post match. But here we are signing off for the last time for the IPL pre match show before we come back post match after the final. You want to show your finger? Peace. Bye bye.